Alrighty, so here we are. We have the anniversary patch notes on Global. I am going to be going over the entire thing, so just know this is probably going to get a little bit lengthy, so completely understand if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Uh, so yeah, either way, if you're new to the channel or anything and you want to hang out longer, I don't know, we do content on pretty much everything there is to do in the game except for Guild Wars, because I'm not in a Guild Wars guild. But either way, if you want to subscribe, that'd be super cool. We're almost at 15K, which is insane, because we were like a whole 200 or more subs away from it just like a couple of days ago, like a week ago. So you guys are really going crazy. But either way, we do have the new anniversary patch here, of course. And we do have the new bond. So it is kind of weird because it's normal patch time. So that pretty much confirms the fact that the JP patch went live so much earlier just to try to beat, I guess, Black Clover to the punch on their release, which is... I guess whatever, like people were going to play Black Clover when it came out regardless, I think. But anyways, global patch time. So we do have the 4th anniversary gift and snatch, which I'm not exactly sure what's happening with the whole Elaine here. I don't know if that's going to be a green Gold Wings Elaine that we're getting, or maybe a new Elaine at some point, but no word on that just yet. But yeah, we do have... I think it's confirmed. I'm not 100% sure. They showed off in a trailer that there's going to be a new Arthur coming out for the half anniversary banner, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could just be some sort of free character that they give out at some point. I don't know for sure on that. But obviously we do have a new banner. We have new Transcendent Bond. Chapter 27, LR Hero Evolution, which there's been a lot of controversy around, I guess, because it takes so long to get one. 2 check-in events for 4th Anniversary Grand Cross Festival, 4th Anniversary Special Missions and Bingo Event Boss Parade, Jump Box Gift Event. So, we do have the new Bond. He looks really cool, honestly. I really like the aesthetic they gave him. Unfortunately, I'm not as big of a fan of his outfits as I was hoping to be. Normally, whenever these, big festival characters come out, I'm normally super hyped to see what kind of cool outfits they get, but I'm not actually as big of a fan of the ones they gave him, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be rocking the UR outfit that he just stays with, or I might try to mess around with one of them, but either way, he is really cool. He's a bit lackluster. I do have a Should You Summon video coming out in the morning, so you guys can sort of get a little bit more in-depth view on that. I go over the character's kit and everything, and the banner and all that stuff, so because that's not normally in the global patch notes, yeah, I'll have that out in the morning. So, Chapter 27 is here. This one's actually really cool because we get to see some of the stuff with Demon King Zeldris, which is pretty interesting. There is a new LR system if you're unaware of how this works. Basically, they're going to start unlocking LRs for, I assume it's going to be either one character at a time or maybe just small batches potentially in the future. They might start doing more than one character. But there is going to be a new game mode that you need to do to farm out the little like stamps or coins or whatever that you want to call them, to actually unlock this thing, and it is a little bit pricey. There's a brand new type of book that you need. There are new 7-star books, and on top of that, you need like 6 UR pendants or something, which is really expensive. But if they're doing them in small batches, and there is a new exchange shop with the new game mode as well, where you can get a couple of UR pendants and stuff like that. So I don't know. Obviously, the big problem with the game mode that everybody's talking about is how much you can farm out of it and how hard it is to get max rewards, which is definitely, like, I could see it being a problem. But at the same time, I don't think we have the full story just yet. I do want to see how many coins they end up giving out through, like, Labyrinth runs and stuff like that whenever they do Labyrinths. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see a little bit and see kind of how it pans out, or maybe they'll end up doing some tweaks to it or something, because there seems to be a very vocal part of the community who is pretty upset with it so far, but it's just now hitting global, so they'll probably, take in some feedback and everything and try to tweak things. Hopefully, they'll at least talk about it in a dev note at some point. But yeah, you can see here it's 6 UR pendants, 3 of the new 7-star books, and then it's 100 of these little stamp things. I'm not exactly sure what they're called and if they say it or not, but whole new evolution, and I have to say it's way better than I was expecting it to be. I was really expecting LR to just be like, hey, you can upgrade the character to LR and it's going to give him basically like a substat boost or something, and that's that. But really, they went kind of above and beyond here. They added new effects to all of the cards, whether it be his ultimate or his regular cards. They basically tacked on some extra stuff to the passive, and just made it a really good overhaul almost of the unit completely, which I think is really, really cool. Obviously, might take a while to get the character, but There's also going to be a login event to sort of help you gain these little coins. I don't necessarily think they're coins. They almost look like, you know, when you drip wax onto a letter and then you stamp it or whatever. It almost looks like that to me. But I don't know. But they'll have the actual material name somewhere down in here. But when upgrading heroes from UR to LR, the evolution or legendary evolution, their unique abilities, skills, ultimate moves, effects change, as well as having their max stats increased. So after legendary evolving a hero to LR, their level resets and an LR costume unlocks for them. So yeah, that is one thing. There is a new LR rarity of outfits, but I'm pretty sure it's only going to be the character's LR like character themselves. Like when you LR the character, you do get a new LR costume. It's not going to be like, hey, now you have to upgrade everything to LR instead of UR, which is really good because that would get really expensive. So yeah, you do also have to level the character back up from level 1 to level 100. There was some confusion there. I think some people were assuming that you would have to limit break the character like every 5 levels again, kind of like you do with the regular awakening. But from my understanding, obviously no one has the unit yet because it's kind of time gated, but I'm pretty sure it's just like using stamina pots to get your character from level 1 all the way back up to 100. I don't think there's any hurdles you have to jump through at that point, which I'm pretty sure is right. Obviously, don't hold me to that. I could be wrong, but if you have to limit break more than once and everything to get him back to 100, it's going to be really annoying, to say the least. But Legendary Evolution requires Legendary Evolution materials, so we have, we do have the whole materials here, I guess, unless, I guess not. It's literally just going over the 7-star books. They're called Legendary Seals. Okay, so seals. That makes a little bit more sense. New 7-star grimoires of Strength, HP, Speed, Light, and Darkness. Obviously, I don't think that you can, well, maybe you can see them in-game. I'm not 100% sure, but I know when you go to King to exchange books right now, you can already see the 7-star books, just like in his exchange, but I really hope it's going to be a long time before they LR any of the light or dark units. I really hope they stick to like really old units first, because obviously they're the ones that deserve it the most. New Essential Evolution materials, Legendary Seal added, so that is the new little thingy here. I wish they had one of these for it so you could see it a little bit up close. But Legendary Seals can be obtained from Hero Arena, Underground Labyrinth, and other content in-game. So the fact that it says other content in-game, there might just be some sort of like events that they start running from time to time, or maybe they get added to regular exchange shops or something. The big kicker here is that right here, you may own up to 100 seals at a time. I don't know if they have a picture of it or not. It doesn't look like they do. But when you're in your inventory, they basically overhaul the little icon that shows your player rank or whatever in the middle. And it's going to, you can click on that and it'll drop down like a little box that shows you how many seals you have already on you. So you can only have 100, and it takes 100 to LR right now, so that means that you're not going to be able to save up and LR multiple characters at one time, which could end up being a weird or interesting mechanic, because if they end up doing small batches, say they release 2 LRs at a time, it's going to kind of split the community on like, hey, should I choose this character or should I choose this character, which on one hand could be really cool, but on one hand could be really annoying. I guess it just depends on how often they come out with them and how fast you can ultimately actually farm all of the seals and stuff like that so you can get the characters completely powered up. So, that is definitely a conundrum that we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Click on the icon at the top of the hero screen to see how many legendary seals you currently own. Not sure why they don't have a picture of that, so you can see it. There is a new game mode called Hero Arena, and this is basically like a PvE. Well, I mean, I think Guild Wars already sort of plays like PvE. Like, obviously people are making the teams and everything, but you're not fighting a real-time player. So it's pretty much just like Guild Wars, and they're even taking teams inspired by real Guild War teams, because it's a 4v4 in Guild War. And you're fighting some really tough opponents here, especially on the hardest difficulty. To be able to get the maximum rewards, I think you have to beat, I think it's 16 teams, might be 18 teams. I'm not 100% sure on how many teams it is. I think it's 3 sets of 6 teams, if I'm not mistaken. But it's quite a bit of farming. Like, there's a lot of characters that you have to kill here, and they are not easy characters either. And the maximum CC that you have to be able to beat to go first is 340,000. And on Challenger difficulty, you do not get access to character links. So it's just your character, no association or link, whatever you call it. So you have to beat that with just your raw 4 characters CC, which is absolutely ridiculous. A lot of people are not even able to beat that CC with, 13, 14 million box CC is almost required to be able to, out CC these characters. So it's really tough. We'll kind of have to see how it pans out. Obviously, I assume I'll probably try Champion, maybe Master, depending on how hard it is, because I don't have like a huge like whaley box or anything. I'm at 11.5k or 11.5 million CC, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. How to participate. Select one of the 5 leagues to battle in against 3 enemies. Defeat all of the enemies, or all 5 of the enemies' defending teams to win the battle. So it's 15 total because you're fighting 3 different enemies and they have 5 teams each. When winning against an enemy defending team, you may move on to the next battle. When losing, you may form a new attacking team and continue the challenge. Acquire new or hero arena coins for defeating all the enemies in each league. And that's where these come into play. These are the actual coins that you're getting. There was some confusion that this was the currency that was going to be dropped, and these were the seals that you were going to use to level 100, but these are literally just for the exchange shop that's down here. So try not to get that confused. I know it's a whole new thing, so it might be a little bit weird at first, but exchange hero arena coins in the hero arena seasonal shop for legendary evolution materials. Hero arena will be open for 4 weeks, and the rewards and challenges will reset every week. So you can fight this thing as much as you want for a whole week, and then at the end of the week, I guess you get your rewards for whichever one you placed in. You may select your league with a difficulty that's right for you and reselect for a lower difficulty. Every season, different heroes will receive buffs during this season, and they can be used to your advantage. Skill and unique ability effects will be applied the same as PvP, same as the Knighthood competition. So even PvP exclusive passives and stuff like that do work in this game mode because it's technically like player-player, because I guess, I don't know, no one actually set these teams up like on the game's end. Netmarble just, I'm assuming, picked teams that were really popular in Guild Wars from real players, but there's not an actual player on the other end of it. It's just Netmarble chose these teams, but it still works. You can still use PvP stuff like Ominous Nebula Zeldris' passive, for example. Situations where the application is closed unexpectedly or in any circumstance where the battle is interrupted will result in defeat, and the team that was used cannot be used again. So it's kind of like, I don't know, in every other gacha game that I've played, like whenever they have tower game modes, normally like you go in with a team, and if you lose the characters from that team, you can't use them again. Kind of like, I guess, Training Grotto does right now, but people hate Training Grotto. So league rewards. So if you place in Challenger, you get these boxes. I think the biggest thing, I don't know if they go over it or not, but each of these boxes has their own rewards. I want to say the top box has 3 gems and a couple of like anvils and hammers and like stuff like that in it, a couple of like gear enhancement materials and other stuff. I'm not exactly sure what all is in it per se, but there is some actual diamond rewards, and depending on how well you place in your bracket, you get multiple of these chests. So I think if you place on the, like, if you completely beat Challenger, easy peasy, you didn't lose any characters or anything like that, I'm pretty sure you gain 5 of these boxes, which 5 of these times 3 would be 15 diamonds. So that's honestly just like a nice little boost. I want to say going all the way down, you still get 1 diamond out of Gold League, and I want to say it immediately drops to 2 diamonds per box in Champion. I'm not sure where it drops off to 1 diamond. It might be Platinum that starts the 1 diamond trend, but either way, you do get some actually halfway decent rewards from these, and then you can see the seasonal exchange shop here. So if this is getting reset each week, which I assume it is, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe the exchange shop gets reset every month, because there is a whole 100 out of here that you could get, and obviously you're not going to be able to get that in 1 week's worth of rewards. You can get a whole like LR's worth of seals, but it does take 6 UR evolution pendants, and you can only get 2 out of this, so I guess you will still have to farm out your own SSR pendants and sort of upgrade those if you really want to make your own LR, because it's not like you're going to be able to do it all in one go. At least you're not going to be able to get all of the materials to LR just from the exchange shop, it looks like. But there are some other like halfway decent materials in here as well. So obviously, if you're not interested in LR for whatever reason, you could grab some other stuff as well. So that's kind of cool. New costumes for Transcendent Bond and returning themed costumes because LV Meliodas is the first choice here. They are bringing back the seasonal outfits for Lostvayne, which is kind of cool. So if you're missing those at all, you can go ahead and grab them. These are the outfits for Bond. Like I said, I'm just really not as big of a fan. Like this one's kind of cool, I guess. This one's all right, a little bit more edgy. And then this one's like a police like SWAT man sort of outfit, which it can look kind of cool. Like I'm not gonna hate on it because I'm not really the biggest fan of like casual sort of outfits, like real world looking outfits. I guess I like them to look a little bit more fantasy, but I don't know if that's your cup of tea, go for it. I'm sure you'll just use whatever you want. It's fine. You don't have to get my approval from that. Beach costume, and I don't even remember what this costume is called for Lostvayne at this point, but we do have those returning. There is a new card set. I don't actually know what this does because I don't remember it ever getting translated from the JP patch notes. I'm sure somebody did, but it increases human allies max HP by N% and decreases single target attack damage taken by X%. So you can get a total of 7% max HP and decrease 10% of the single target damage taken, which is okay. It's not too bad, I guess. It's weird that they chose human allies as this card set, considering that if you don't know, the new Bond relies on 7 Deadly Sins characteristic allies and not human raced allies, which is a bit odd. Confirmed Twigo and 4th anniversary step up mission event will be released after the 612 update maintenance. Okay, so I think maybe you're not going to be able to get... Oh, that's what it is. This is you get this from an event called Confirmed Twigo. And yeah, I don't know what that means. I did show off a picture of Twigo in the original JP live stream and everything, but I don't know what that event is, but it sounds kind of cool. We do have 2 new Holy Relics. Obviously, they are giving Lostvayne a Holy Relic and the Festival Diane, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I don't think there's any rush in getting the LV Melee one just yet, because obviously I don't think that the relic alone without the LR upgrade is going to really make or break this unit. He's pretty bad at the moment. So his new Holy Relic will be increases the hero's damage dealt by 10% for every orb in the hero's ultimate move gauge. So I think that's his own ultimate move gauge, which means that once you ult rush or just get your ult, because inherently he's just kind of like an ult rusher kind of unit because of the way he works, you'll be able to do 50% more damage dealt because you have your ultimate move gauge full, which is kind of cool. I mean, it is what it is. It's not going to be like game changing or anything on its own, but pair this with the LR and it should be really good. But the first one that I'm going to make, because obviously LR is kind of locked behind a time gate, is this Festival Diane one, which is really good, actually. It increases allies damage dealt by 30% for 2 turns when the hero assumes a stance. So, that's honestly just a nice bit of damage boost for your allies. She's a really good tank already. Obviously, with the characters that we have in the game right now, I kind of wish she could tank a little bit better, but this should give her some sort of decent little stat increase. But yeah, just being able to sort of taunt with her, let her do her thing, and then you can just have your main damage dealers just do more damage while she's taunted. Should be kind of a nice little bonus, of course. They are doing the Festival Coin Shop again because there is a festival going on. This is not a Holy War festival, so you don't have Margaret, you don't have Festival Estarossa, you don't have Festival Zeldris here. But honestly, I think the biggest thing here is that the best character you can probably trade coins for at the moment is, I want to say Infinity Merlin, but then again, it could be just bias from me because I only have her 1/6. Obviously, if you don't have Diane and you want to try to push for her relic or something like that, you could grab a copy of her, but then again, it's all luck on whether or not you pull extra festival coins in the first place. So, if you don't know, the new banner does have quite a few festival characters on it, so hopefully you can pull some extra festival characters and maybe exchange for ones that you need if you pull dupes of characters that you can't use. So Kelak is coming back for Guild Boss, which is cool. There, of course, are a whole bunch of new bundles and everything, so we're getting new Bond ticket bundles. Smaller Bond ticket bundle here. They have the one-step evolution bundle. I want to say this gets your character all the way to level 100 because the level 90 token looks a little bit different than this one, if I'm not mistaken. And you get one of those from the step-up missions for the festival itself, so you'll see that later in the patch notes. We do have 2 new diamond bundles, which are probably the same ones that we get basically every other festival. SSR pendant bundle. Depending on the price of this, it could be worth it because it's actually pretty tough to farm SSR pendants on its own. But then again, if you're free to play, then you're not gonna buy bundles in the first place, which is understandable. But yeah, a lot of equipment enhancing stuff, and they are bringing back lucky bags as well, so you can get some lucky bag tickets. They have this one. They're bringing this one back. You can get a full like, it basically gives it to you. You have a completely maxed out base stat and substat attack, defense, and HP substat rolls of 15% HP defense gear right here, and it gives you the materials to just go ahead and slap the UR gear straight onto them, which is really good. If I'm not mistaken, this one's really expensive. I want to say it's like $80 or something like for the US, which I don't necessarily think is worth it. Obviously, that's a really good set, but I try not to buy things that I can just play the game and actually farm out on my own, so not really sure that I would buy that, but it's there if you need it. There are custom enhancement bundles, which is good, I guess. They are doing the power-up bundle again, which is 2 multis. You get 2 multis worth of tickets. You can only summon with these tickets, and they are only paid tickets. You do get a couple of other things in here, so you get some SSR pendants, which is kind of nice. And it's pay to win a little bit because the banner that you summon on these tickets with is the exact same as the festival banner, but instead of it being a 4% SSR rate, it is now a 6% SSR rate, which gives you a 2% increase, which I'm glad it's not any more than that. It is a little scummy in general that if you pay for these tickets, you get a little bit improved rates, but it's honestly not that big of an improvement, so you're probably going to get shafted on these tickets. I don't necessarily think it's worth buying them. I think I ended up buying them last time they came out, and I don't even remember if I pulled an SSR or not. I can't remember, but I don't think in general it was worth it overall. But maybe if you like the extra stuff that you get here, so 30 diamonds on top of some SSR pendants and stuff, could be worth it if you want. They are replacing the old Nidhogg bundle. It used to have diamonds in it. I think it comes with 50 diamonds, and it's around like $40, I think. And they're replacing it with the normal bundle that the deer and the dogs and the bird already have, where it's going to be a $24 bundle. These are US prices for just the Nidhogg relic stuff itself. You don't get any diamonds with it, so cheaper. If you want to buy a relic, I guess you can go that route. I know that I ended up buying the old bundle to get Freya's relic just to try to make the Nidhogg boss easier, and it made it a little bit easier, but it's still really hard. So hopefully we end up getting a new Ragnarok banner sometime after the festival ends, and they'll make a Nidhogg unit that will be way better. So system updates. We have event reward display improvements, so now you can see all of the different rewards that you would get from each section of the bingo event, which is cool. We do have a really nice quality of life feature, which is consecutive limit break option added. Basically, once you get your character to level 60, I think, I'm not sure if you can do it at level 50 or not, but once you get your character to level 60, I assume, you can basically just, if you already have all of the materials to limit break a character to level 100, you can just do it. You don't have to worry about going every 5 levels and enhancing the character with XP potions all the way up 5 levels every time. So this is just going to save you a ton of time. It'll save you like 10-15 minutes of just going back and forth on these screens and powering up characters. So love this change. Probably should have been added a long time ago, but hey, at least we're finally getting it. Lucky bag event display reward is improved, so now you can see like which ones you've acquired and which ones you haven't. They are also increasing anvil limit to 99, or from 99 per stack to 999 per stack, so that should save you on some inventory space. There are new events here, which is, click here for more information. Oh, this is where the login bonus and stuff like that is going to be, I think. So yeah, we are getting 300 free diamonds, which is a huge sort of gift, I guess. They normally end up doing something really nice for these anniversaries and everything. So 300 free gems, which is great over the course of a month. Obviously, you do have to log in and play the game to be able to get them every day, so make sure you do that. There is a 2-week login bonus for these little hot tickets. I think they should go over it here in just a second, which is going to be from the Anniversary Jump Gift Box Part 1. And this is actually really good. This is where they ended up giving these like max stat tickets from last time. It looks like you get 6 SSR tickets this time, which is really nice. So you can basically just make like a really good piece of gear there. That's awesome, actually. And you can see on step 1, you get a Red Hawk for free. On step 5, you get a Green Lilia, which is whatever. On step 9, you get a Blue Griamore, who's still newer. I don't think he's been on any banners yet, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this will be like 2-6 or 3-6 or whatever. And then at step 13, they give you a free copy of Freyr, which is fantastic. Like, Freyr is such a good unit. And he's super, super helpful for dogs, and, you know, some of the Nidhogg teams that I've seen use Freyr as well. Just a fantastic, all-around, really good unit. You can use him for OG Demon, a lot of PvE stuff, because he's got a Death Ultimate. So if you can pull extra copies of him, it does, like, really big damage. But giving you a free copy of him, and on top of that, you can see down here, they do give you this ticket right here, which is... the hero selection, or seasonal hero selection ticket, which is basically going to give you a choice of any character you want. And it is Halloween Elaine, Wedding Deanne, Halloween Matrona, the Red Christmas Liz, which is good for time limited dungeon, and you can even choose the Summer Deanne, which is the same as like it's the same name as the Ragnarok Deanne one, but this is the character that makes OG Demon incredibly easy. So this is honestly the no-brainer choice here, but I guess if you already have her and maybe need one of these characters, I know the Red Elaine is super useful as well on OG Demon, just to kind of throw as a backliner to make your buffs do more, but insanely good value out of these tickets, like super good stuff. So like I said, there are some missions that you can do to get a free multi of Bond here. You get some extra of these little Hawk tickets for the event up here, and then you also get a level 90 token, which is really nice. So if you want to skip the hassle of having to buy or just make the light books for Bond, you can just get this, use that, he'll instantly be level 90. You will have to obviously get a couple of them to get him to level 100, but still very, very good. They are doing the... Boss Parade. So the first one that we're getting is Abaru, I'm pretty sure is his name, and it looks like we're going to be getting the grasshopper cricket thingy from Purgatory that we got during the Meliodas Festival for New Year's, and then I can't remember this guy's name ever, but we'll also get him back. I want to say his name starts with a G, but I don't remember for sure. You do get some, or they're doing the like the Grace, or like whatever it's called. It was like Goddess's Grace and like Demons something whenever they did the Estarossa festival, but they're bringing that back where you can do like the different buffs or whatever. It's like half stamina for an hour on this game mode, or just extra materials from this event, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about if you've been playing the game for a little while. They're bringing that back as well. New bingo event, which actually has some pretty decent stuff. There's a new couple of new tavern cosmetics. I think you just get the table here. I'm assuming the other two pieces that they talk about I don't know if they talked about them in this one or not, but they did talk about them in the JP patch notes. I think those are going to come from the part 2 events, if I'm not mistaken, so you'll have to look out for those a little bit later on. But just good materials in general, very just easy rewards. Honestly, you can fight it up to 5 times a day. I'll try to go over these as well. It hasn't been too long since we've gotten a lot of these bosses back, but yeah, it's kind of nice to come up with like free-to-play teams and stuff like that for people if they're newer, or maybe just getting into the game for this festival, exclusively. But we do have some free diamonds and everything from the clear rewards, which is nice. The event exchange is honestly not too bad. There are some new food items. Yeah, they're talking about that right here that are for this anniversary. So I know that they've had these bottom 2 ones before, but I'm interested in this one right here. So it is plus 10 memory fragment gain in World Tree Tower, which is very interesting. Like, that's actually good, but at the same time, I think that means that you're going to have to actually run the stage for for the World Tree Tower. And I normally just skip ticket that every day, so I don't necessarily know if I'm going to get the use out of this. I should, but will I? Who knows? The second food is the Red Ale, and it is going to be damage taken from ultimate moves is minus 50%. So it doesn't work in deathmatch or PvP, but honestly, not too bad. Could help you tank some ults in the story mode if there's any sort of, if you're still stuck on OG Demon or maybe the Demon King. These foods are going to be fantastic for that. Anniversary Stake is Deathmatch Evolution and Costume Enhancement Material gain increased by 100%. Okay, so I think that this used to do something different, if I'm not mistaken. So that's actually really nice. It's like a universal deathmatch food, which is really cool. I actually really like that. So honestly, that's awesome. I'll probably try to use that as much as I possibly can. Fort Solgris reward dungeon is back, of course, and it looks like it gives you 2 diamonds this time instead of 1. So because it's anniversary, they're trying to, I guess, bump it up a little bit. But yeah, great rewards there. It only costs like 1 stamina per day, so make sure that you're doing that. Yeah, it looks like the Twigo event or whatever is for this piece. Grayon is the other boss's name. So he is in the exchange shop for that one, you'll be able to get the other piece. But it looks like this is affection from gifts is 2% increased. Hawk's sale calculations 1% increase. Get 5-star awakening stones by calculating sales once per day. That's actually not too bad. That's actually kind of a nice way to just gain extra 5-star awakening stones. King's Exchange event is back. It should be the exact same as normal, but honestly, it's just a really good event. You can just exchange any of these sort of like materials that you already have a ton of in your inventory for just free stuff that you kind of already want to, have anyway. So just a really good way to grab some extra stuff if you are just hoarding a lot of things that you can't use. But Anniversary Festival boosting stuff. They already started the boosting stuff with Maeve, but they're extending that a little bit. They're adding a couple of different things here. Engrave cost is going to be cut in half. Free engraving removal, so you don't have to pay to remove your engravings if you don't want to. Lucky Bag event, of course, is going to be going on. Normal sort of stuff there. Regular event sort of rewards there. Obviously, they are going to give you 3 for free, and then the other ones you do have to pay for. So if you want to get all 6 rewards, you will have to spend a little bit of money. I think they're $3 or $4 a piece. So they're not too expensive, but obviously if you buy all of them, that's like $12 to $15-ish, which, I don't know. Not everybody wants to spend money on this game. I get it. In-game ad reward is increased, so that's cool. And make it to where you can watch 5 ads instead of 3, and then you get an extra free summon. You normally get a free single each day. It'll be 2 free singles if you watch ads now. 1 new battle event, which is fine, and then that looks like it's pretty much it. There is 1 new battle event that they didn't even talk about here. They didn't show the picture for, and then there are new bug faces. This is a big one right here in the miscellaneous, though. If you made it all the way to the end, they are making it to where you can only have 10 training grotto keys at a time now. You are not going to be able to consistently stack those, so if you have not done training grotto, make sure that you do your training grotto soon, because those keys are not going to be able to stack up anymore, and you don't really want to miss out on those rewards, because honestly, it's pretty good rewards. I understand everybody hates training grotto, but please do that. If you have to, skip ticket your way. If you don't have skip tickets unlocked, you're gonna have to suffer, or at least just try your best to do those missions so that way you can skip ticket it later. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the patch notes. Obviously very long, 33-minute long video. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to go everything in its entirety. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We will be doing live summons as soon as the banner drops, which will be about 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. my time tomorrow night. But should be there, should be fun. I will see you guys there. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.